Hey y'all, today we're adding a pop of blue to our hearth room and our kitchen nook. And these are some of the pieces we'll be using. A few of them I pulled out of my little storage closet, and we'll decide as we go what stays and what goes. Some of the pieces will make it back in the space and some won't. In my last haul, I shared that I picked up 2 new chairs for our kitchen nook. We already have 4 around the table, and since it's a 60-inch round table, it comfortably seats 6 people. So today we're finally adding those last 2 chairs. And these chairs came in as a set of 2 from Wayfair, and I'll be sure to link them for anyone who's interested. The antique gold base gives them just the right amount of glam, and they're more of a modern take on the classic Parsons chair with the sculptured curved back that makes them feel a little more updated and elevated. The textured fabric adds warmth and beautiful texture, and I absolutely love how versatile they are. They work with so many different decorating styles, whether your home needs more modern, transitional, glam, or even contemporary. I absolutely love them. So let's move over into the living room. I'm going to wipe down all the hard surfaces so we can start decorating. And as you can see, I did bring my cream color curtains back into the space. I really love how they look in here. They brighten everything up and they pair so well with my sofa. And in my last haul, I also shared a set of artwork. I couldn't decide if I wanted to keep them or return them. So let's unbox them together and see if we're going to keep them or send them back. And they really are gorgeous. They come as a set of 2, and I do like the design. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the black frame. It just doesn't fit the look I'm going for in this room. This was definitely an impulse buy. I was so focused on the colors, I completely forgot to check the measurements. Lesson learned. Once I held them up on the wall, I knew right away they were not going to work. They're just too small, especially compared to the artwork that was there before. So these are going back. We're putting the original artwork back up, and we're going to keep decorating. Now that we have the art up, table clean, I'm going to add these 2 decorative pieces to the fireplace. Right now, I'm just creating the foundation, and then we'll come back and add a few more accessories later. We have these gold metal decorative bowls from Gallerie. I've had them for about 4 or 5 years now, and I am excited to say that they are available at Gallerie now that they're back open. I'll be sure to link these in the description. And now for the fun part, we're going to add a pop of blue. And I'm styling one side with these blue glass knots and the other with a pair of blue vases. And I didn't want the blue to overpower the room. I just wanted small touches of blue to draw your attention around the space. And now we're adding these small blue vases. I really love them. I originally purchased them to go in the bowl, but I felt like we can just lay them and place them over here just like we're doing the decorative knots on the other side. Next, I'm styling the coffee table. I'm adding this decorative metal bowl, and to give it a little more height, I'm using a metal candle holder underneath as a riser. Sometimes you have to get creative with pieces you already have. I also picked up this Hilfiger Home coffee table book, and I'll be sure to link it if I have access to a link. I paired it with a gold tone book I already owned, and then I came back and draped these blue decorative beads across the top to tie in the blue accents throughout the room. And this blue finial was given to me at work for an award, and I'm just placing it on top of the glass vase to give it more of a decorative lidded look. It's a small detail, but it makes the piece feel a little more custom and elevated. Now let's add a few pillows to the space. I absolutely love these pillows with the blue trim, and they remind me so much of the pillows on the cover of that new Hilfiger Home book, which makes everything feel more coordinated. It's the little details like that that really help pull the room together. And I picked up this pillow from HomeGoods. It was on clearance for $15. Absolutely love the texture of the pillow. I didn't like the fact that it did not have a zipper. It definitely needed a zipper because the pillow insert did not fit well inside. So we're going to add this pillow, and then I'm going to share some pillows that I recently purchased, and we're going to come back to this area after I finish adding the finishing touches. So I did order some from Amazon, pillow covers that is, and they are cute, but they are not what I wanted. I still was trying to see if this is something I could use. I ordered two sets. I ordered a set of 22 and a set of 20 because sometimes when you order pillows online, the measurements are in inches, but sometimes they are made in centimeters, and they are a little too big sometimes and even a little too small. So they're too dark. They're reading almost black. So these will be going back. Now on this wall, I had a set of heavy metal artwork. So I secured it with some screws and plastic anchors. I'm removing the screws today, but I'm leaving the anchors in the wall since I may hang the artwork again later. And a lot of you asked what I use to hang things. So here's a quick look. For heavier pieces, I use plastic wall anchors with screws, and these are the plastic ones I use for the metal artwork. I also use the heavy duty metal picture hangers that screw directly into the wall. And they're really nice and heavy duty. You can actually use a screwdriver, electric or by hand. And for the lighter artwork, I like these picture hangers. You hammer them in. You just want to make sure they have the little swirl on them so they're nice and secure. And for curtains and heavier decor, I use these wall anchors that screw into the drywall before inserting the screw. And here's a side-by-side of the metal and the plastic one for hanging things that require an additional screw. And these are some of the common ones, that one as well as this one. And we use them all the time. I absolutely love all of them. And you'll find some of your favorite ones you like to use as well. When we have all of the screws off, we're going to hang the gold metal art that was used in the living room. For now, I'm just using the gold pieces. And I've used these before. Actually, we had the black ones here, but this gold is popping. And I'm also going to cover the old anchor holes with a little spackle. I want to try a different method. So I placed painter tape around the holes to keep the spackles from spreading onto the painted wall. And since I may hang those heavy pieces of artwork here again, I'm leaving those anchors in place and simply filling over them. And this is my first time trying this technique, so we'll see how it turns out. And I'll let the spackle dry, wipe everything down, and come back later to sand and touch up the paint. And I'm freehanding on the top to see which method I prefer. So it's good to try things different. It may end up working out for you. And I'm removing the tape. I'm going to smear it a little bit just to make sure it's a little more smoother before it starts drying. And quite honestly, the tape really didn't help much for this part of the process, but I think when it comes to the sanding, it should help more. Now I'm just adding the two chairs I just assembled into the dining or kitchen nook area. Now I have my new chairs in place. I did notice there was a little bit of residue under the corner of this glass. So this is a really heavy glass. My husband hurt his arm, so he's not able to help me move it. So I tried to slide it where I can clean it. I kept trying to slide it, but I got it where I can clean the wood first, and then I had to come back and clean the glass. And I did make sure the wood part was completely dry before I cleaned the glass. Made sure it was completely dry. And then I came back later and completely cleaned the entire glass top. And when I tell you this glass is really heavy and it's not really easy to move, so I had quite a time trying to slide it and push it where I needed it to go to get under that little corner. Let's decorate the bookshelf. So we're going to be using one of the gold metal decorative pieces that was used in the other space. Use a book stand or a decorative plate stand for placing that on top of the bookshelf. I wanted it to lean more to the front, but I couldn't get it to do it. So I decided to just use the tall black one that I had. So we're going to use that on top of the bookshelf. The goal with this bookcase is to add just a touch of blue right around eye level so your eye is naturally drawn to the center. On the first shelf, I'm using the cream and black decorative statues I already had. And behind them, on top of the two books, I'm placing a rechargeable picture light to create a soft glow and add a little more depth. Now on the middle shelf, I'm layering in a couple of coffee table books, and this is where the blue really comes in. I'm styling a blue decorative box and a pair of blue vases I purchased from Target. I do have a link to them. I'll link them to the video. And the lid from a gold decorative box as a tray is styled on top of two coffee table books. And then I'm adding these gold decorative knots and a layer and laying in this match holder on its side instead of standing up. I like to look much better this way. And then we're going to put a light right behind that tray, the gold tray. And then on this same shelf, I'm using this blue vase with a faux plant, and I topped it off with preserved green moss to give it more of a finished, realistic look. Now let's add this nice little lamp. It's probably the most expensive piece over here. I'm going to add it to the right side and styling it with two decorative boxes. And then I'm going to add one of my favorite vases that I spray painted this texture paint. We're adding 3 stems to this vase. And then we're going to add a stack of coffee table books to the bookshelf. And then the last thing we're adding is this bookend. We're really using it to kind of hold the books up, but most importantly, to cover the plug. Those little details make all the difference and give the bookshelf a more cleaner, finished look. And since we have so much going on the bookshelf, but I absolutely love it, we're just going to add this large decorative bowl to the center of the table along with these 3 decorative gold items. When I find something blue, I'll be sure to place it right there in the center. And speaking of blue, y'all, I ordered 2 sets of velvet blue curtains from Amazon. I was looking for more of a navy color. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but these read royal blue. And because I am such a good trooper, I'm going to show you how they look. This is how the space looks with those blue curtains. And I have to admit, I put them up pretty fast, but I took them down even faster. My original drapes were 101 inches. These are 102 inches because they don't have the curtain rings. I had to go up an inch. As you can see, these curtains are actually kissing the floor. So the 102 inches without a curtain ring is perfect for the space. And that's how you want your curtains to fit, kissing the floor. So here's another look of the kitchen nook with the blue curtains, and let's move over to the living room. I'm going to turn on a YouTube screensaver and show you the only space. Thing I pretty much did over in this area was add some lamps and some floral arrangements. And if you don't remember the lamps, here they are. They used to be a gunmetal color, and we're going to spray paint them gold. And I took them outside and broke them down, and I also taped off the area that I did not want spray painted. So all I had to do was remove all of the tape, and then we ended up with some gold lamps, and I absolutely love the way they turned out. They are a bright gold right now, but they are going to patina. One thing about this gold metal spray, if you don't seal it, it will patina and look more natural. So this is how the entire area is looking right now. Everyone, we're not quite at the end of the video. The name of my channel is Unique by Sharita. Welcome. And if you like these types of videos and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, turn your notification on so you'll be notified when I post videos. And feel free to like, share, and comment. It really does help my channel. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.